Okay, sorry. Muted, all kinds of crazy stuff. Welcome, everyone, to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev. So glad that you're here. We're going to be talking today about the road trip. This is a big road trip, everyone, for the Vancouver Canucks. And I understand. I get it. I totally get it, everyone, that this is a little bit of panic season. Canucks fans are very frustrated. They're annoyed with what's going on with this team. But let's be honest. Sometimes it's a little bit of overreaction theater. We see trends and we're worried about that. But at the same time, Alvin Rutherford has been putting this team into place to be able to compete and contend. And to be honest, let's be completely honest about this. Nobody thought that the Vancouver Canucks were going to play that good without Brock Besser against the Rangers. Brock Besser, JT Miller, and Demko's still out. Like, how do we lose by one goal to a team that good? And it just shows that there's some character guys on this roster, and you just can't get out there and go, just paint the brush that it's only one way and this is what it's like and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Very important to realize that this is a league of parity. This is a league that, it's going to be one of those leagues where every night's a fight and you got to earn every victory. There's no one's giving you the win. You got to go and you got to do it. Okay. So one of the best remedies to some struggling is to get on the road, and start going and gelling as a team without all the distractions, just go out for dinner with your teammates and all that kind of stuff. So that is the important piece. And so just like Andrew's here already says, I believe in our management team here. Slumps happen. We get through this. Absolutely. Marcus is in the building. Good morning, Kempner. Good morning, Marcus. Good to see you. He thinks that we're going to win at least 4. And is that possible? We'll go through each one. That's a good one. And then, of course, Stuart is in the building, and he's like, go Vancouver. Okay, good to see you. So let's dive into this road trip, because this road trip has a lot going on. I mean, today it starts with Ottawa, and that is a big matchup. If you ask if you're asking me, that it's a big game. It's a Canadian matchup. We get to watch Brady Tkachuk. We get to see what that team is made of. And I want to just throw up this for you while we're sitting here. I want to go to this website. So if you look at it, so we're playing Ottawa at 4 p.m. Pacific, right? Because they're in the East. All these will be earlier games. Look at it. It's 4 o'clock, 4:30, 12 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning for the Detroit game, 5 p.m. against Minnesota. And I think is that the last one? Minnesota. Yeah, that's the last one. So these are the 6 games, as you can see here, right? as you can see here. So we'll dive into each one of them, but I just want to show you, I want to dive into each one, but we'll go here first. So this is what November has looked like. One beat San Jose, Anaheim, LA, did the California sweep, that lost badly to Edmonton, beat Calgary, who's actually playing really well this year. I mean, I thought they were going to be bottom barrel. I was completely wrong. Got smoked by the Islanders. That game wasn't even close. We came back and beat Chicago again. Then we lost to Nashville. And then we lost to that one. That one is where Canucks fans were really mad. Then we only lost by 1 to the Rangers. So here's how the rest of this month plays out, and then we'll go into December. But so let's dive into this right now. Okay, so as you can see, the Senators are 8-10-1, and the Canucks are 9-6-3. So the 9-6-3 for Vancouver is always going to be sitting there, and yeah, I think it's going to be super, super interesting if you ask me about that. Just an interesting matchup. We only play each other twice. It's going to be on tonight or this afternoon, this evening, and then it's going to end. The second one, as you can see there on the right, is December 21st. So 2 games where we won't play them again unless we play each other in the finals. That's the only other way we could play them again. But if you look at it, Ottawa is 6th in the league on power play, so you definitely want to stay out of the box. Vancouver is actually surprisingly 14th, and you know how bad the Canucks power play unit has been. Then you got we're 12th though on the penalty kill. They're 19th, so it's going to be that power play penalty kill battle. Who's going to stay out of the box is probably one of the keys of the game. And then face-offs, they're the exact same. Goals for, very similar, same as well. And then goals against, exactly like this matchup. It could go either way. It could literally go either way. So the Canucks are 5-5 in their last 10. And then we've already talked about their wins and losses, but the Senators have beaten 3 teams in their last 10. And it's Toronto, Boston, who's struggling, and Seattle. This team is getting smoked by everybody. They lost to the Islanders and the Rangers as well. They lost to Buffalo. So this kind of, to me, is one of those games where they need to like go out and win because they should be the better team. They should be the better team. So we'll see what happens. I don't know who's playing in net tonight. Has anyone seen that? I guess I should go look at that. Brendan Batchelor does a good job of keeping us updated. Let's see what he says. If you want to argue anything about the order of lines, you should be posted on. Okay. 2 hours ago. Sends lines. I don't want the sends lines. I want our lines. He does not have it, I don't think. Okay, so the sends lines are, yeah, I mean, Kachuk, Pinto, Greg, Giroux, Stetzel, Batherson. Yeah, I mean, that's a solid. I think they have pretty good D. I don't know. Just interesting to look at. Interesting to look. Does anyone know who's in net for Vancouver tonight? I'm assuming it's Lankinen, but we'll find out. We'll find out in just a second. So this game is one of those games that we should be winning. It will be disappointing if we don't win. It'll be very interesting because the way these two teams match up. But if we go back and now, so that is Saturday. We don't play again till Tuesday, right? Till Tuesday. And then we go to a back-to-back, and there's 9 back-to-backs this year, everyone. So that's that. We've already done one here. There's the second one, Boston and Pittsburgh. Now, both of these games have very interesting storylines, and it has very little to do with the game and everything to do with trades. All the conversations about trading for Zadorov, for trading for Marcus Peterson or Pedersen from the Penguins. Like, these are huge storylines in Vancouver. So I think like I wouldn't be surprised if there was a Boston trade I don't think there will be, but if there was, wouldn't that be great? As like after the game, they make a deal. I mean, or after the Pittsburgh game, they do a deal and get Marcus Pettersson. Like for Canucks fans, it's going to be fun to watch what they look like there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be super, super interesting. So, okay, so if you look at it, Boston is 9-3, and then we play them again close to just like Ottawa, November 26th, and then December 14th. So both of those games, and then that's done. Series is done. So the Boston Bruins power play is abysmal, 32nd in the league. Wow, talk about terrible. Then the penalty kill, we have better penalty kill. Again, face-offs, same, basically, 0.5 of a difference. Their goals for is atrocious. Their goals against is worse than ours, but we're very similar. But look at in the last 10 games, they've beaten Utah, St. Louis, Calgary, Seattle, and Philadelphia. They lost to Ottawa. That's an interesting one there. Of course, lost to Dallas, but also overtime loss to St. Louis, but did the 2 games there. So Columbus there. Man alive, guys. This is crazy to think about this team. Swayman has not been great. Wow. Did not know that. Okay. So look at this. Let's just go to points here. Pasternak is playing good. Okay. Marchand, why is this here? Oh, it's because it is there. I just want to be able to see all the other stuff. Marchand 14, Lindholm 21 games, 10 points, everyone. No wonder everyone's freaking out. This team is terrible. Now Zadorov is the one, like if you look at it, he's got 60 hits, guys. He's like, that's the thing. 27 shots, 20 blocks. Yeah, this is bad. This is bad. We've got to, guys, can we just admit, and girls, we've got to win this game. It's not a hey, we should. You got to beat Boston if they're playing like this, guys. You've got to beat Boston. Just before we keep moving on, I just want to remind everyone that I love doing Canucks content that is realistic, passionate, and honest. If you like that kind of content, please hit the like and subscribe. Here I am on a Saturday afternoon, or morning, I should say morning. It's 11 a.m. Pacific time, doing a live stream. So, and doing this video. So just jump in, hit the like and subscribe. And also you can follow me on all my socials, Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. Of course, you can find me at Kempner Canucks, everyone. Kempner Canucks. And so, yeah. Okay, let's dive into that that next piece to it. I think so. We were in Boston. I'm thinking we got to get 2 wins there. Now, if we go to, these are all winnable games, these next 4 games. They're all winnable, whether you do it or not. Again, October 26th, November 27th, we're playing the same 3 teams basically on another road trip there. It's going to be the swing. So it'll be interesting to see how we shape up. So you got Crosby with 6 was it points? Oh, in the last 5 games. He's got 4 points and Pettersson's got 6. But look at these comparisons, everyone. Like this is absolutely nuts. We are identical in the power play, very similar on the penalty kill. They're better at faceoffs by 0.9, but then look at the goals for. They're 23rd in the league, and they're 32nd on goals against. This team is awful. If we don't get a win on this against these guys, come on, like think about it for a minute. I mean, Crosby, Malkin, and then that's it. Look at this. Look at how the points drop off. Now, you know, you've got Beauvillier with 9 points as the 4th best player. If you go to Vancouver, we've got a little bit better in the way of consistency, but we don't have the stars have come out to play. So obviously there's no Besser and no Miller, so that affects, and that's where I'm worried about. But if you look at their wins, it's San Jose and Washington's a big win. Montreal, they're not very good this year, are they? And then everyone else is just smoking them, and you know what I mean. So, yeah, they're struggling. I mean, there's a couple overtime losses and a shootout loss. So I guess they're making games of it, but we need to win these. Now that's a back-to-back. Can we pull it off? They're going to get us on that. So that's an interesting piece, right? A really interesting piece. And then let me just dive into some comments before we get into the next few. So that's important. So Andrew's predicting 4-2 Canucks tonight. Leah is here. She's saying, I'm feeling overtime tonight. That's definitely possible. Andrew says, I see it being 3-2 with an empty netter. Oh, he's even calling how it's going to work. Calvin is here. This has been a high-scoring year. Was it like that this year? I didn't start keeping up with them until after January or February. No, last year we were high-scoring. This year we're low. We're low. We're not the same team as last. Our start last year was phenomenal. Our start this year has been average. Jeevan's in the building. Japan 4 is in the building. Good to see you guys here. Major is here. Looks like we're going on the road trip. Let's go on a road trip, baby. And then we won that trade. Oh, which trade are we talking about again now? I've talked so much. I didn't think Zadorov didn't account for the Eastern Conference. I think Zadorov didn't account for the Eastern Conference. Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, both conferences are tough. So stop accepting below average. I mean, what else do you want us to do, Adam? Let me know in the comments, please. I don't think, like, what are the solutions and are they realistic? Okay. So I had a good, great person jump in and say that he wanted Marcus Pettersson and Rasmus Andersson both to come to Vancouver. I'm like, well, I'm worried about cost. And, like, of course, in theory, that's a great idea. But what would those trades look like? How much would that cost? And can we afford it? You know, but I just think that's more of you can only take one, not two. And I did that video last one. So is Demko returning this road trip believable? I thought it was, but after watching his interview, I'm not sure. I hope so. Did he even go on the road trip? I think he did, but I can't remember. Miller's not in the lineup today. Stewart believes 8-0. Woo! That's positive. Major saying he's going 4-1 for tonight. If we can't win the majority of the games on this trip, we are in big trouble. I would agree with that, Japan 4. I agree. 6-0 Nucks, 4-point game for Petey. That's Curtis. Look at that. Whew, that's optimism times like it's on Red Bull, you know? So the trade to Boston? What trade to Boston? Oh, you're talking about yeah, we didn't trade anyone to Boston. No, we didn't. We're just talking about it. I'm going 4-2 Canucks tonight, 4-1 on the road trip. Let's go. See you. Good to see you this morning. You're amazing. Thank you so much, Tristan. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thanks for the encouragement. I hope you're right about the 4-1-1. Jeevan thinks we're going to beat them 6-2. Oh, no, we're going to lose 6-2. Wow. That one surprises me, Jeevan. And then, no, we didn't trade anyone to Boston. You're right. Hoping Sherwood has a great game. Lotto line, great to see you. Welcome. Yeah. He has exceeded my expectations so far. I've loved it. And of course, Andrew's the biggest Sherwood fan, calls him Woodsy because it's Sherwood, you know. Both Brock and Demko are on the road trip, so that's good. Rockstar actually, who's the Rockstar? Probably Brock Besser. I don't think that's me. Stewart likes DeBrusk. And then I know that it wasn't a trade, but the Lindy Zadorov, DeBrusk, Heinen, we won situation. Yeah. I mean, in theory, we got Heinen too. It wasn't a trade. It was just the guys with the free agency. So we are really good on the road. So the Canucks score will be 5-2 Canucks. Yeah, I see that. Has anyone heard about what happened to Miller? Do you think? I do not think he's getting traded. I do not. He's got a no movement clause or no. Is it no trade clause, no movement clause? I do not think he's getting traded. If he does, that would be really sad. That would be really sad. I love JT Miller. This fan base is in love with him. So I do think it's either personally related for I think it's injury and mental health, just needs a break. But I don't know if it's family related, like he's saying. So, T-Man, hello, Red Wings fan here. Wings need to smarten up. Okay, can you just post in the comments? I want to get into that. So I'm going to keep your comment up right here. I'm going to get into the last couple games, and I want to talk about the Red Wings game. So, I'll just answer this next question. Miller's resting his hurt shoulder so he can lift the cup later this season. That's awesome. Yeah. I try to be fair, passionate, realistic, honest, right? So, okay. Last couple we're going to get into today before the end here. So we got Buffalo next, Buffalo, Detroit, then Minnesota, and then so again, November 29th, but the next time we meet them is January 21st. They're 10-9-1. I'm actually quite surprised at theirs. Look at how good Alex Tuch has been. 8 points in the last 5 games. So that's pretty impressive. But they're only 18th on the power play. They're 16th on the penalty kill. And then if you look at faceoffs, we're way better than them. Goals for were identical. Goals against were this again, another tough, good matchup. I think this road trip is going to be interesting because it could go either way for each team. They've 6-4 in the last 10. Anaheim, LA, St. Louis, Calgary, New York Rangers, and Ottawa. Wow. Beaten Detroit, Islanders, Montreal, and Philadelphia. So that's look at these points, guys. We're talking Tuch, Thompson, Pekara, no, it's not Pekara, it's Petrika. I think that's how you say it. Pekara, I don't know. Peteraka, I don't know. Zucker, I feel like I'm Don Cherry right now with that pronouncing it. So again, another winnable game, everyone. If you're talking about goaltending, they have pretty solid goaltending. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's pretty solid, especially compared to us. I mean, we're very similar. I think they might even have the edge in goaltending, depending if it's Lankinen net, but if it's Demko, then it's so. Then let's go over here to Detroit, and this is the one where our Detroit fan is here. I want to bring back up your comment, okay? And I want to just see what you're talking about here because they're 8-9. So a lot of these teams they're kind of mediocre at this stage. We play them December 1st and then February 2nd. Look at they're 5th in the league in power play. That's incredible. But they're the last in the league in penalty kill. Wow. Talk about awful, like Dr. Heckle, Mr. Hyde. Yeah. Anyways, you get what I'm saying. I'm struggling this morning. 51%, 50.8%. I mean, they're similar for faceoffs. Goals for, they just are atrocious compared to 25th. And then, yeah, you're right, man. They are struggling, but they got wins against the Islanders. We couldn't beat them. They beat Pittsburgh, Chicago, and Buffalo. So those are good. But everyone else, you lost. You're losing the rest of those. So again, this should be a winnable game, right, everyone? Like Raymond, DeBrincat, Larkin. They're good. Kane's decent. But after that, it's kind of ugly. It's kind of ugly, everyone. Oh, man. I don't know. Cam Talbot, Lion in the net. Oh, they're splitting those. Yeah. We got to win this game too, everyone, right? We got to win this game. So, and then the last one is against Minnesota, and that's going to be the tough one. That's a 5 p.m. start. They are on fire, 13-3. We would need Miller back. We would need Demko and hopefully Besser. And then we can say we've got ourselves a game. If not, we're getting smoked, I think, by this team. But look at goals for. They're 7th. Goals against, they're 3rd. The Wild have just beaten almost everyone. I mean, how do you lose to Chicago? Losing to Dallas, that's respectable. Kings, that's respectable. But they're smoking everyone else. They beat Tampa, Toronto, back-to-back games. Wow. But look at this, guys. Look at this. This is 34 points for Kaprizov. I have him in my hockey pool loving life right now. He's playing MVP format here, guys. Playing MVP format. So, all right. So, Lankinen is in net tonight. Oh, thanks so much, Andrew. I appreciate that. Is Brady going to be a factor? Should we get Sherwood after him? I mean, both those guys are pests, so that'll be an interesting one. Dale Smith, good to see you. Just catching the episode in Mexico, my man. Go Canucks, go. Good to see you, Dale. I hope you're having an awesome time in Mexico. What a great place to be right now. It's a little damp. The rain was insane yesterday, but it's okay this morning. Just overcast. Pretty good. Sabres have great goaltending. Yep. Went on the road against the Senators is 16-11-1. Okay, that's good. Red Wings, 1-day contract to Datsuk earlier this week. That's cool. That was for him to retire. Yep, absolutely. I like that. I like that, Jake, because if we didn't, we would only have Petey, Quinn, Garland. That would actually be the starts with Besser, Miller, and Demko out. Do you think Brock will be back this road trip? I do think he's going to be back this road trip. Guys are talking about Datsuk. He's in the Hall of Fame. That's pretty cool. He changed the deking game. Absolutely. The Wild are the only big test on this road trip, Jeevan. Yeah, I mean, I would say they're the only more elite team. I think everyone is a test, but hopefully we can rack up a bunch of wins. So, yeah, absolutely. Anyways, I got to run. I'm going out with my wife, and hope you guys have a good day. My plan is tonight, I'm planning on live streaming tonight. I just don't know if it's right after the game or later on this evening. So stay tuned, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you all. Hit the like and subscribe, and share this with some friends. It's just really interesting to see the next 6 games. So have a fantastic rest of your Saturday. I'm going to predict the Canucks are going to win 4-2. And no, 4-3. 4-3. Of course, always, go Canucks, go.